Hey, Mark Warnke, PackGoats.com. They call me the goat guy. I'm on our new ranch, which, by the way, is called Kimberlite Ranch. Kimberlite is the rocks that diamonds come from. And I've had Kimberlite Ventures, a corporation, for a super long time. For those of you that aren't familiar with the new ranch, it goes up to the hill up above. We got about 7 acres down here, a couple of creeks, and we're going to try to make this thing work, self-sustaining, off-grid eventually, is the long-range goal. And right now we're just barely moving in and trying to make this place functional. One of the things that recently showed up is that the only reason I'm so blessed with being on this place is I had a little bit of backing from my mother. And, it's a really hard thing to be honest about because it feels, I don't know, it just feels how it feels. But at the same time, she also needed a place, and she's almost 80 and her husband's over 80, and they needed a place to kind of snowbird and be. They needed to get out of their house because they couldn't take care of it anymore. And I was willing to do both of those things. And I'm an honorable guy that pays his debts and doesn't slack ass. So I think I know with confidence that'll end up being a really solid thing for them, both financially and personally. And how cool is it to have your mom living on the ground and you get a chance to get back? So what it made me do, though, because they snowbird down in Arizona and then they want to live here during the summer, they have an RV there and an RV here. So I had to build a pad. First time ever. Kind of scared me, to be honest. Lots of dirt moving, hadn't really run a skidster or a backhoe to that level. All I had was a skidster, this little turd right here. I say that lovingly. It's a John Deere JD14. These are old. It's hydraulically driven in the wheels. The whole thing is just one little, basically glorified lawnmower engine. And that little thing drives all the hydraulic pump, which drives the wheels and the bucket and everything else. So it's pretty old technology, but it's cool. And it's mine and I own it and it's paid for and it only costs $5,000. So, and they're hard to find right now. So one of the things to know about these pads, I investigated it. Like soonest I could get somebody in here was a couple of months. And it was crazy numbers, like, $4,000 to do it. So I did it for $700. And I had a guy come out and help me. And James, thank you so much. If you watch this, you were a great help to kind of give me some advice. And that's often what I'll do. I'll hire somebody to come out, pay them for their time, do a little bit of business with them, and then tell them, hey, I need an education. I need you to show me how. And so he basically kind of told me how, gave me the advice. He laser shot it, and we had to come down 36 inches here and up 36 inches there. So we had to move the dirt from top to bottom. We laid the whole thing out where I did with the dirt, so the flow, the drainage would be right. Then we put sand road mix over the top of it, and then we did a chipped gravel on top of that to lock everything in. Now the whole time, every time I cut and added and all that stuff, I was compacting as well and that's so critical to compact on the front end and watering and doing all the things that it needs to do. And then the last thing to be mindful of is that I put in deadmen so that it would contain, so we didn't erode around the bank. And the cool part is, if you check this out here on Kimberlite Ranch, this is a stump from the original trees that were here. This whole river bottom burned 8 years ago. So these trees are all only 8 years old, all big cottonwoods, and I got a bunch of locust in there and all that stuff. But there's just all kinds of dead timber in the creek bottom. And so I just went out and yarded them out and then deadmented them. And that's what's going to be my bank containment. And then that's it. So we're going to pull a big giant RV on here, which will be the final thing, and then plug it in and get it all going. And we're going to run a tank system that we're going to empty out, and Mom will have a place to live here on the ranch, and I can help them. So what a beautiful thing. So that's it. I just wanted to update you on this pad, how I did it, what went on, because don't forget, they call me the goat guy, and I have a membership where you can watch me raise goats, but I also do homesteading uploads and all the things that I'm doing here in my farm. And if you're kind of ranchy and farmy, you might find value, especially if you're just starting down that path, on my exploration process and how I do things and where I arrive at decisions and how it all makes happen, and it's super affordable. So yeah, so you might look at that. So if you like our videos, make sure you subscribe. Click like. Oh, hey, did want to tell you too, we are in the process of building a healing center on the ranch as well. That's just my work. That's my give back to the world work. That's the non-monetized stuff. I'm not interested in ever muddying that helps side of things with that. And so just know we really appreciate your support. I'm really trying to make an impact while I walk this earth to positively benefit as many people as I can, because that's my duty. And so we're building a healing center. We're scratching tooth and clawing to make it happen. And all your guys' support on whatever level, whether sharing or liking or you know, telling other people about what we do here, all that stuff helps. Yeah. So anyway, I'm grateful to you. Thank you.